In today's video, we'll continue our What If Civilization Restarted series. And well, as you can see, they're starting to expand north. But they're stuck here, stuck there because it's too cold, obviously. Or at least I hope that's obvious. Because I didn't change the climate of the world. And while a new country has been formed. Why a new country, you may ask? Because, well, some of the people in this region don't like the country. And in this, well, Asia kind of part, they also don't like the government. So they leave. With, like, the fall apart of countries happening. With this country starting to splinter into multiple nations. Starting with, well, this country and this area, which you may think is not that big of a country or a deal, but it shrinks the country in half. And like this country couldn't stick together because the two different groups didn't get along. No, it's not like real life. Well, I guess it could be the parallel to real life. With a revolt starting in the south and creeping into the nation from this group, they quickly move in and take the capital of this country. And then they settle for a border like this. So they split the country, basically. And the country forms here. Because, like, well, I'm trying to make more countries in this series, I guess. I was like, I'm soon going to change the map. Once they discover everything, it's going to change to be like our regular map. Like, I'll draw borders and stuff. So, like, now, we need to get all the countries that can form. I don't know why I'm doing this. And well, this country, whatever you would call it, declares its independence. We need to fix this country because it looks bad. And well, more countries will form. Finally, the desert people decide to form a nation. Right here. And their country quickly turns out to be like this. And then they realize taking over this area and that Hirsch was basically very similar. This country falls apart even more with revolts in the south taking over the country. But many nations aren't having that much trouble. With this nation deciding to move north, remember when there was a nation there that disappeared? And nations are starting to move in more north. With this nation deciding I'll take over this island, quickly sets up its people there. And this southern nation is the one to discover New Zealand. While this nation focuses on trying to take over this landmass. And well, eventually they decide to all meet to divide the continent. With them taking this, and most of this being taken by them. Because this country says they already took their lands, I guess. With bigger nations forming, because big nations lead to smaller nations, as civilizations do. With them spreading into these islands and starting to spread here. They spread to about here, with another nation going after these lands. Which was the brown team. The brown country, I mean, not brown team. And then, well, this country takes an island over again. So it likes islands, I guess. And well, this area has been taken over, so most of the world is starting to be taken over. With this country trying to expand into the jungle, but that's going to take a while. With the coastal country formed in revolt to them, start forming like island areas that landed. Well, that's what happens. And then this nation starts expanding into the north. Imagine when nations start coming over here. With the best where the development of humans is being the best. And it's favorable here and in some of these countries, but it's like, let's say it's probably comparable to the 15th or 1400s our world, but this one would be like they're still discovering the world and they're about to rediscover, I guess you could say. And that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out. Bye, guys.